Hey guys, I am going to do the video today. I promise I will do the video, but currently I'm eating. I am so far behind on stuff. This stuff has got to get packed up. I have to give the guy that sent me all this stuff his estimate so he can pay me, because he's going to pay me because I can't do a lot of it till the weekend. Most of this has all got to get packed up and shipped out, and then I have boxes underneath that still have to be done. So I apologize if videos have been sporadic or weird, or you haven't received your stuff. I got this box of stuff. You guys stand by. This stuff is all for sale. The guy sent it to me. Sharpening will be part of the deal, but he sent me some super nice knives. Graham Razel fixed blade. We'll get into that. I will go through all that stuff once I have it all set up and I put prices on it. He told me what he wanted them sold for. I'm going to offer that stuff to you guys. And on top of that, I have been with my daughter all week so far. It's only Tuesday, I know, but it seems longer because I've been working really hard. She needed a new device for exercising, and instead of buying something, I attached this with 550 cord to the bottom of the staircase, and then I tied fancy work knots on it just to make sure. Now, I grabbed this and I leaned back with all of my weight. I didn't want the knots to slip, and so since I was doing it, I figured I would just play around and do some fancy work. I had not done this in a long time. It's a Navy thing. You just basically, you do this fancy curving knot style around stuff. But it's on there, so now she can attach the elastic band over here to it. So, I mean, it's been busy. My wife is working overtime all week this week, and my daughter has minimal days. So, like I said, if I have not gotten back to you on stuff, I apologize. On top of that, I've been trying to get some other stuff figured out as far as how to conduct this business more efficiently. So hang on just a second, let me get this turned around. But what we're going to talk about in just a little bit, I have some things I have to do first. So this is just kind of a beginning. We are going to talk about, hang on. We are going to talk about the Chinese clones and knockoffs of the Shirogorov knives. So that is still happening. I apologize. I have another video that I'm going to do via live feed before I actually shoot the video. So this is going to be later today. I said it yesterday in the video I did about the Fortis 2.0 that's what was going to happen. I apologize. I didn't get to it last night. I was working till about 11 o'clock trying to get some knives sharpened so I can get them shipped out. Like I said, I do know that my lead times, my turnaround times have been varied lately, but hey, you know what? I believe that if you look at it, I am still above and ahead of the power curve when it comes to other knife sharpeners. So if you're, I got to figure out how to navigate from mode to mode on this. But at any rate, I still think that if you're sending stuff to other people, I'm ahead of their turnaround times, even with the large volume of stuff I've had come in. And I finished the finish sharpen on, I want to say 8 of the Viper neck knives. I ground 2 on Saturday or on Sunday, and I'm shipping them off tomorrow to get sheaths. And one of those is Anthony, who won the giveaway knife, and the other one is Yakov, my new client in Croatia. So, and I ground a Hornet. So, I mean, it's been busy. I am basically working 6 to 7 days a week, and like I said yesterday, I worked from, I want to say about 8 o'clock, from 8 to 9 is kind of devoted to, I take my daughter to school at 8, and then between 8 and 9, sometimes 10, I'm doing admin. I'm sending invoices, and I'm shooting emails, and I'm talking to you guys. There's a lot of you guys out there. But today, like I said, that's what's going on. And then here in just a minute, well, for me, probably a couple hours from now, but in a minute for you, just momentarily, we're going to get into looking at those Chinese clones and knockoffs. All right. See ya. You guys stay here. We're going to time. You guys are going to type warp. I've got things to do. Talk to you in a minute. All right, ladies and germs, I am back. And I wanted to do it now because I have the most optimal lighting right now. This is perfect. So what we're going to talk about is the difference. Dwayne is harassing me. The difference between this, which is a no joke, no jokum, no hokum, Shirogorov Hottie. Or not Hottie, F95. And the fake ones. So I'm gonna get everything set up. Now that I have that out and I've got to move some stuff, I do have the scale because we're gonna look at some differences in weight between 3 versions of this. So I will go make sure that I've got everything set up and we're gonna take a look at that. I'm gonna do it facing the other direction, down into the desk area, and see what we can do on that. All right, guys, give me just a second. All right, guys, so here are the knives laid out, and I am using the gimbal to make it steady. My poor tripod has experienced a couple of canopy collapses and is not the most stable, and I wanted this to be the best for you guys. So I'm gonna go around there, and you're not gonna see much of me, but you are gonna see the knives. Now, one of these 2 is real. One of these 3 is real. But this is what I wanted to show you guys. It is so easy to maybe get caught unaware and get caught and wind up with something that is not what you thought it was. This is the unmarked Shirogorov F95 clone in D2 steel. This is a marked counterfeit unknown steel, but it felt an awful lot like D2 when I sharpened it. Now, both of the folks that bought these knives here went into this knowing full well that they were fake. This is the real deal Shirogorov S90V F95. The no joke, honest to goodness, this is it, the real deal. Now, there are some obvious differences in these. This is a full titanium D2 clone of a Shirogorov with, this isn't even a clone, this is a counterfeit, with the actual markings. Now, I am going to move behind the camera so that I can pull things in and pull them in, but the first thing I wanted to do, I'm going to move these off to the side, I'm going to show you some obvious glaring differences between the F95s. Some obvious, I'll turn this around so y'all can see the readout. Let's turn this on, let it 0. So ounces, here we go. Let's do the real one first. Real one, 5 ounces, 5 3/8 ounces, right? So let's go to grams. Oops. There we go, grams. So you're looking at 125 grams, or I'm sorry, 152 grams. I'm looking at it backwards. I almost said 251. So this is the real deal. That's your standard. We'll put that on there. Again, make sure 152. We'll 0 it out so we can see the differences. Here is one of the clones. It's off by 3 grams. Not, you know, that's not that uncommon, not that unusual. Knives could vary. This is the big one. There is a 36 gram difference between these two, between the real one and the fake one. Now, I'm going to come behind the camera real quick and we'll look at these 3 in particular because these 3 are all pretty much identical. So move that off to the side and I will set these 3 here. These will be the primary ones we focus on. So this raises some questions that I have about certain things. So let's look at the real one, the real deal. See your milling, your hardware, pocket clip, the way this stuff goes in, you know, the way all the hardware goes in. The big difference is, let's get the one that's truly the closest, the actual counterfeit. Well, you can see the hardware's on it backwards, first of all. The way that the logo is done, it's not right. It's just a little off. Not quite as nicely done. The blade, there's some differences in blade stock thickness, as you can see. And the way the blade is milled and cut, you see that there's a cutout here where you have your jimping. But the big glaring one is the blade stock on this is way thinner. Pretty much everything else on this is pretty close. This is a little bit different, this is a little bit different. But your pocket clips, the same. Let's look at this one that is the unmarked, really light version. This one actually comes a good bit closer to the mark. Now, you can see the difference between the way this hardware is cut, this hardware is cut. Way lighter. This one's skeletonized and things like that. The other thing is, this one and the other, I do believe they run on bearings. I haven't taken them apart. I don't intend to. I'm really not going to give it that much. I did sharpen them because both guys were honest and upfront with me about the fact that they knew what they were getting into. But what I'm saying is, if you had not really seen one, these two are close enough that if you didn't know, you could get got. So this is just a precautionary thing. I'm telling you guys to be careful. Do I approve of this? No. Do I think that you should buy these? Absolutely not. Buying those, this one, and this one, you're stealing. You might not be the one doing the actual stealing, but you're helping someone steal. Now, I was told by my friend Matt, who knows more about Shirogoros than I do, that this almost triangular hardware is more what you would find on a custom. And then you run into this. Something you would never see on a Shirogorov that leaves the factory. See that? I can't sharpen that out real well. That is a very deep notch. You can see where I've sharpened across it on either end of it. That is because whoever ground it, let me see if I can get the light on it just right, was not paying attention and got that into the corner. You can see where I sharpened and it just didn't touch. That's where someone got it against the edge of the belt. And like, trust me, I've ground a few knives. It's easy enough to do, but it would never have left. It never would have left the factory like that. And then there's this one. Of the two of these that look like the hotties, this is the better of the two. It's not marked. I'm not gonna fault anyone. This is something that would get bought. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying I'm not going to take a stance on someone who does, you know, do this, knowingly buys something. The reason that I was told behind this purchase was because they had an actual hottie and they just did not see carrying a $900 knife when they could buy a $150, $200 knife that, in, you know, for all intents and purposes was pretty similar. So let me get this set up and turned around, and I'm going to give you some thoughts on this, because like I said, I want you guys to know this is not, I'm saying that these are cool, these are good to buy. This is the real deal. This is what you should buy. This is what you have to be careful of. This is dangerous. Somebody who'd never really seen one could buy that and sport that in their pocket and think to themselves, man, I really got a deal on a Shirogorov. I mean, I want you to look at the way the lock bar insert is in there. That lock bar insert has the same overlap or notch cut in it that you have on the real deal. I think that one's actually not even really touching. I'm not 100% sure. You can see the difference on lockup between these two. There's a definite difference on how these two lock up. Don't buy these. I mean, if you buy them, you know, I can't tell you what to do. Morally, I can't tell you what to do. You know, it's, I'm gonna come over there and y'all can talk to me for a minute. I can't tell you guys what to do. I can tell you that I think that everything about these is wrong. If you send me one, if you're up front and tell me, hey, yeah, I know, I'm gonna sharpen them. That's what I do. I'm a knife sharpener. It would be silly, and it would be hamstringing a business. but I do not approve of any of these. Especially, I approve of way less these three right here that are straight up and honest counterfeits. Those are the worst of the bunch. That is using someone's maker's mark and stealing from that person. And I 100% don't agree with it. Now, the guy that sent me this one did tell me he did not realize it was coming with a maker's mark. So, just like I said, guys, be careful. Please don't go into comments and try and justify to me why these should be bought. I don't care what your thoughts are on it. I think it's wrong. It's my channel. I'll delete those comments. I'm just telling you this is a precautionary thing. Please be careful when you buy things, because there are people, there are unscrupulous, let me pull this up a little bit more. There are unscrupulous people out there that will take this knife and sell it as the actual no-joke Shirogorov. That's what you have to be careful of. So, that being said, that's pretty much the video. I have a bunch of stuff, like I said, that came in that is honest to God, truly honest knives that are not hokum, jokum, fake'em, rake'em kind of things. You rake somebody for money. And I'm going to do a video about those knives. There are a couple people that I am offering specific things to because not so much to play favorites, but there are certain people that have supported this channel, supported me personally, and those people are getting a little bit of a heads up and gonna get offered those items first. They get pick of the litter. So I hope you guys don't think I'm playing favorites. I'm really not. Well, not favorites, but you know, that deserves to be recognized. If you're supporting someone and supporting what they're doing, then it needs to be recognized that maybe they have first chance at stuff. So, but I will do a video of anything that is left over and what the prices are that he wants, and it will include sharpening. So that's basically it, guys. This was just almost a PSA, if you would. I have got to get some knives sharpened, so I kind of need you guys to get out of my hair. Get out of here. Go. Bother me. So I will talk to y'all later. Like I said, I do not support the clone or knockoff or counterfeit industry. Just did this because I wanted you guys to see how dangerous it could be. Because this, if it had a mark on it and the jimping and no blade steel markings, would be a perfect, I mean, even to the pocket clip with the crazy spot that catches on your steering wheel, hands down, it would make a good, even the spot where you can cut yourself on it. So that's it, guys. Take it easy. Be careful what you buy. Be careful what you order. And I will talk to y'all and see you next time.